Welcome to the Shellonomics Podcast, your source for pure Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles entertainment, presented by King Mictus.
All right, guys, another episode of Shellonomics. TMNTDERTALK joins us once again. We had a lot of fun doing the Power Rangers comic book crossover, so now we're going back into the 80s. We're doing the Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters crossover. Christian, let's talk a little Ghostbusters first, since it's all about Turtles here. When did you first get into Ghostbusters? Was it the movies or the cartoon?
For me, actually, it was the cartoon. I remember I was a kid, I checked out the cartoon, but it was so scary. I always thought it was so scary for me. And there are some, but I was interested in it. So, okay, this goes and everything. I mean, there were some episodes that I remember that my mom even forbid me to watch. It was like this episode with what was it, the Sandman that came in and scared the little kids or anything like this. But when I watched it, I was really scared by this. But it was cool. It was really cool, and yeah, of course, Slimer was fun and everything. But yeah, it was actually the cartoon. I checked out the movies later. I loved the movies, but I checked them out later, and yeah, they were different, but still they had the same spirit. So still to this day, I really, really like Ghostbusters. I enjoyed the newer movies. So, yeah, Ghostbusters are cool.
So, I guess we can talk about this now. This technically is not a crossover of Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters, but we did get Slimer and Michelangelo in one cartoon. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Cartoon Monsters to the Rescue. Yes. Classic.
What were your thoughts on that? I thought it was kind of cool, man, just to see everybody pop in there.
It's such a piece of animation history. It's such a crazy thing. You cannot make this up. All these cartoon characters, like the Smurfs, Alf, Slimer, Alvin and Chipmunks, and of course Michelangelo, Bugs Bunny. Even they came together to show the world that drugs are bad, kids. Remember it. Drugs are bad. And it's so crazy, but it's so funny and so enjoyable. And yeah, it's crazy. I mean, even with Michelangelo, you get Townsend Coleman from the classic cartoon reprising his voice. It's really something. It's fun. It's just goofy fun.
I love Michelangelo's entrance because I knew he was in it. I didn't know where when we first rented this from Blockbuster, and they're running down that street, and then you see his hands pop up from the sewer. It's like, oh man, I know who that is. And then he beats up, he kind of beats up that cigarette smoke guy, and he smacks him in the face. And oh my God, the sewer was kind of weird with that like funky kind of lava goo or whatever kind of, because it wasn't like a green color, but it was a great job. And then even Townsend Coleman, like you said, even gets to sing like a Disney song with the Disney characters, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So I thought that was great as well. So yeah, it's they helped me be drug free. So I figured we had to throw that little note in there, because I'm sure if somebody catches this on YouTube or Spotify, they may say, guys, remember Slimer and Mikey were in something before the comics. So wanted to touch note on that. But here we go. I don't know if this was a testing of the waters with the Ninja Turtles and crossovers, because as we've done on other podcasts, there are just so many now in 2025. But feel free to share any fun facts you got here on what you thought brought this together, and how did you like the story in the first crossover?
Well, the thing with the Ghostbusters and TMNT crossovers is that with the other stuff, Batman, Power Rangers, Stranger Things, Street Fighters, whatever, they are pretty much in their own continuity. But the TMNT Ghostbusters crossovers, they are canon to the Turtles world and to the Ghostbusters world in the comics. So these things really happened in the IDW comics. So that makes them really special. And as you said, this was pretty much one of the first crossovers that IDW did with them. We got two crossovers with the Ghostbusters. Both, as I said, are canon to the IDW TMNT universe. Unfortunately, by now, I don't think we will ever see a third crossover because IDW doesn't have the rights to Ghostbusters anymore. So sadly, that I don't think that will happen anytime soon. But yeah, once again, it was the same thing with like when the Batman crossover was announced. It was like, really, this is happening? The Turtles meet the Ghostbusters, like these two 80s icons coming together. Can this work? And I gotta say, yeah, it can. The first crossover is really fun, really cool to get these characters together and even to tell a story that works in the Turtles universe. It really fits into the Turtles universe, and like it gets remembered in later issues. Like remember when we met these ghost guys and so on and so forth, and it's really entertaining, like all these characters coming together, you know, like Leonardo hanging out with Winston, Michelangelo having a good time with Peter, and so on and so forth. It really works. And the guys who did this comic, they really did their homework, because we get so many Easter eggs and so many callbacks to other stuff from Turtles and Ghostbusters universe. It's really, once again, I think I said it when we talked about the Power Rangers or the Batman crossover. It does not feel like a cash grab. It feels like really something came in and like, hey, I have an idea for a crossover. And they went with it. And they're like, hey, I want to do this. And you really get the feeling with this very entertaining story here. Yeah.
You believe it's already been 11 years? And how great is the artwork on those covers? I mean, to see Casey Jones, I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just seeing like on the covers or then in the comic book itself, like the Turtles dressed up in the overall of the Ghostbusters with the weaponry of the Ghostbusters. So it's like, hey, this is why we're here. This is what we want from this crossover. The artwork is really great. It's really this cartoony look, but still kind of serious. It's perfect. It's really a really entertaining read.
I'll have to put you on a spot. If you had to choose one of those cover arts, even the variants, which one is your favorite out of the bunch? For me, it's Mikey with the Ghostbusters backpack. I love that one.
That's the first one I thought of too. Because
nice.
You mean when he's like, you see him from behind and he's got like his thumbs up. Yeah, check it out.
It's pretty much like fangirling or fanboy, whatever that term is that the young kids on the block now use. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that's such a great cover. Yeah, that's the first one I thought of too. Yeah.
Oh man, I still can't believe this came out in 2014. So you did say we probably won't have this again, but is there any plot points you'd like to point out, or anything like very interesting why you encourage other, people who are just either Turtle fans or Ghostbuster fans or both to give these a read?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from our side as TMNT fans, you really say, hey, check it out, because as I said, it's in continuity of the IDW universe. We meet this new character, this bad guy, Chi-Yu, who's part of the Pantheon. And as I said, this whole thing gets referenced later on. And I mean, he gets mentioned, Chi-Yu gets mentioned later on, and so on and so forth, because he's part of the Pantheon family. And I mean, I cannot say, there's so many Easter eggs in this. Just remember, in the first issue, when the Turtles, they get zapped by accident because they're testing this portal, they get zapped by accident to the Ghostbusters world, and they land in the middle of this wedding. And it seems like the two people who are getting wet are Irma and Howie. They look like the characters from the cartoon. That's what I mean when I say they have all these Easter eggs and they did their homework, like all these callbacks. And through all this, we also see like ghosts that Ghostbuster fans might remember. Like some look like some of the action figures from the 80s and 90s. and just stuff like this, like some callbacks to other adventures. And yeah, I mean, Casey is in there. Casey gets possessed. Casey gets like brainwashed by Chiyu, and but Casey is really cool in this story, I gotta say, because even though he gets controlled by Chiyu, he throughout the whole story he fights back against him until he gets back to the good guy, gets back on the good guy's side. And yeah, April is also in there. And it's so cool, like the Turtles and Ghostbusters then in the end team up with all this weaponry. Like they got like this ghost punching gauntlets, like they can hit the ghosts and the demons or whatever you want to call it. And it's such a great read. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I gotta say. It's just really what you want from this crossover. You get a big, fun, entertaining story. And as I said, it's canon to the TMNT universe. So just for that, it's worth to check it out.
Yep, I agree all the way. So this is going to be a quick episode here, obviously, but just let's deep dive into a fun little creative thing here. So how cool would it have been if we had both of our cartoons, the Fred Wolf and the real, because remember, this was called the real Ghostbusters as a kid, or not as a kid, actually as a teenager. When the internet was coming and people had those, they were uploading cartoons, I kept looking up Ghostbusters and I'm like, this is not the Ghostbusters I remember, because there was a show called the Ghostbusters. So you actually had to call it the real Ghostbusters to find out our OG cartoon. But picture this, and then you can go with it here. You got the Turtles going into the Ghostbusters universe with Shabano, Sama, and Creepy Eddie.
That just perfect. That would be perfect. And make Creepy Eddie the big bad guy. I love Creepy Eddie, by the way. I think I mentioned it before.
Yeah.
And yeah, make him the big bad guy. Like he's a ghost, but he can like enter people's dreams, Freddy Krueger style, and haunt people. And the Turtles and the Ghostbusters have to find a way to fight him. Come on, just imagine. This would be such a special, like a special TV episode or anything. This is the crossover you've all been waiting for. I would pay money for this, definitely. This would be so cool.
It would be amazing. I mean, that's the thing too. Do you ever, we know Splinter, Peter Renday has passed away and James Avery's not here, but the Turtles have done all those, kind of like, comebacks. If you, think about with Turtles Forever and the original voice actors have been in Shredder's Revenge and in the Nickelodeon, 2012 cartoon. Why not have an animation like that? That would actually be pretty cool. I don't know off the top of my head, but are most of the Ghostbuster voice actors still alive? I know one of them, I think Peter, his voice actually was the Garfield, and I think the other one was a very popular Frank Willard, I think is his name. No, Frank. Why am I drawing a blank here? He was in Scooby-Doo too. Do you know his Frank Welker? Frank Welker.
Frank Welker, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Ghostbusters. Yep. They gotta do that. They're always at the Comic-Cons together. Maybe if they're at at Austria Comic-Con, or if the Ghostbusters and Turtles are at one, I'll see if we can start this blockbuster idea.
Oh yeah. Let's sell it to them. Hey, if Nickelodeon, if you're listening, hey, we can write the story. We can work it out. Just call us.
Exactly. Oh man. Well, we finished this one here. I'm trying to think of just. Unfortunately, you did say that Ghostbusters and Turtles probably wouldn't get another crossover, but oh man, it would just be great if they were just a cartoon like that. It would be off the hook. I'm trying to think of any other spooky characters from Turtle. I mean, with Chakahachi, he may have worked in a crossover too then, right? Or Slimer even coming to the Turtles world. Those guys would have been good. Anybody else coming in at your head? I think those are just the big three then.
Yeah, those were the big ghost characters, I gotta say. Yeah. Oh yeah, all of them team up, and I would be there for it. Oh, that just an animated format that would be awesome. It would be freaking-tastic.
Yeah, especially in the OG animation too. Oh man. All right, well that's gonna do it for this quick episode here, guys. We just want to keep up with our comics here, and hopefully we get you back soon to start talking about the black and white, because I finally finished them all, Christian. We can start deep diving into those books. I finished books 1, 2, 3, and 4. I believe people said for the black and white, including yourself, 5 is just like mini series and 6 is just artwork. So am I good to start diving into those issues with you if we covered 1, 2, 3, and 4 on my own already?
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
It's gonna be interesting.
Oh my God, I can't wait to give you my take, because again, this is all new to me. So this is like a kid going on a field trip with the curious, like a cat, the curiosity like a cat. Just your eyes are like, oh my God. Especially because it's weird for me, because I've seen the 2003 cartoon, and we've been doing so much saying it comes from the comic, it comes from the comic. For me, it's the other way, because I'm like, hey, this is in the cartoon. Hey, this is in the cartoon. So, oh my God. So guys, if you want to get more comic talk though, but until we get some more here on Shellonomics, Christian, where can I find you? I know you have a excuse my language, a bleep ton of comic coverage on your channel.
Yeah, on my podcast TMNT The Talk, I mostly nowadays do the current comics, by IDW, because they're just putting out so much good stuff to talk about. And yeah, if you want to check it out, check out TMNT The Talk or TMNT Dare Talk on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, or just check out the website tmnttalk.com. Yes, it's a German podcast, but I'm also doing English episodes, so there's something for everyone. Come on, check it out. Come on over. It might be for you. Come on.
Absolutely, my friend. Especially on Sundays, it's a good way to go. We used to have Saturday and Sunday morning cartoons. Now we got Sunday morning podcasts. Doesn't get any better. All right, Christian. We hope to see you back real soon, bud. Thanks again for your time as always.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Until then.